In this episode, Eagle Eazee alights in booth 42 on her way to the Valley of Ecstasy on Tungoso to enjoy its annual toxic fog.
She's also an aspiring DJ who's looking to spin some mad thumping beats all over the universe.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
prepare to hear about Toad Sprockenfield and Tinselotica.
Shut up and sit down.
welcome back to Hitchhikers and Appetizers, coming to you from booth 42 at Millyways. I am your host, as always, Trellis Gardeen, and with me in booth 42, you know him, you love him. You would daintily share a firecracker shrimp with him if you were with him right now. Horatio Zinn.
Greetings, universe at large. I am the large Horatio Zinn. There was a smaller Horatio Zinn at one point, but that's in my past. I've left that behind.
Do you miss little Horatio?
At times, little Horatio was more bound to leap about.
Leap?
Frolic.
Leap?
Leap, yes. Leap, jump, leave the ground for more than lifting just 1 foot off the ground and toppling over. I used to do that. Used to frolic. Now I just sit here.
I'm assuming smaller Horatio was also around when you were a member of your dance troupe, your interpretive dance troupe, Undulation.
Well, I would like to agree with you. There was a point. Younger spry Horatio was a part of a dance troupe, but that was called Sprightly. Because that's basically, it would end every number going, Sprightly, like that, with the jazz hands and that kind of thing.
I see.
Undulation was more about taking your natural element of your body and just starting it moving and just seeing how it undulated, essentially.
Would the shows last as long as your body would continue to undulate?
Sometimes.
So when you came to a rest, that was the end of the show.
Yes, it's a bit like going and seeing a jam band.
You
just don't know how long it's going to last.
Oh.
Yes. But a jam band, but in the form of dance with lots of undulation.
Unless the band is actually giving out jam. In that case, I would imagine you would stay for at least 4 encores.
Oh, we were fueled by jam.
Oh.
We were not going to let our audience near it. That was our art energy.
I see.
Art fuel.
Well, you know what's fueling this episode?
I'm going to assume, I'm reading a mind, I'm going to say it's our guest.
Yes.
As opposed to us just rambling on and on.
Well, you know what? Our opening just undulated until it just settled to the point.
Yes,
it was time
down
to introduce our guest. And I think it's that time right now. Guest, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, sup? I'm Eagle Eazee. I'm from the planet Air Eaglen. I'm just passing through in the Millyways on my way to Tungoso, to the Valley of Ecstasy, for the annual Bonacella Stock Festival.
Oh, that sounds like a good time.
The Festival of Ecstasy, is that what you called it?
It's in the Valley of Ecstasy.
Oh, I like that because that's more permanent than a festival.
It's a really disgusting place. You never want to go there usually, but this time in the rotation, there's like a thick gas that makes the most incredible light shows. So it's
lovely.
like a banging awesome time. It's like going into a simulation.
Oh, I love simulations. Better than reality.
Like a simulation where you feel like you're being transported through time?
Yeah, or like a video game.
Oh, wonderful.
And you said it's a Valley of Ecstasy. That sounds very intriguing to me because, as you know, a valley comes down to the bottom. So I just see all of the ecstasy pooling at the bottom of this valley.
And the gas.
You're talking about ecstasy that gives you good vibes?
Yes.
Nobody goes there except this time of year because it's just horrid and awful. But this time of year, it's like you can't see any of that because the gas is so thick.
Oh, perfect. I love that when you obscure the things in your planet you don't like. I often just wear blinders. Sometimes I'm walking past the buffet and the foods there that just are not appealing to me.
Wait, did you just say there's actually food that's not appealing to you?
I don't wear the blinders a lot. I just keep them around just in case, more so. In any event.
Sounds like a great way not to ruin your appetite.
Yes, yes, wouldn't want to do that. As you see, that's my stock in trade, is having an appetite.
Do you like to live on the edge, Eagle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Where I'm from, I'm very small.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really get to do a lot of really thrilling things because they're dominated by
Larger eagles?
larger eagles.
Okay.
And so I took off. I left. I was like, I'm gonna go find my place in the world.
Nice.
That's wonderful. I hope my size isn't intimidating or scary to you.
No, it's okay, because as a small eagle, I'm still fairly big in relationship.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. I noticed. I wanted to point out to our listeners that I'm sure if you get your wingspan total spread out there, that we might have to move.
I was given the eyes by the bouncer. Said, "Don't spread those wings, eagle."
Oh,
Well, it could knock over a drink or something else, and then
or a whole table.
We are at the point in the evening's dining where the staff has they bring you your stuff, and then you don't see them again until they're bringing the check or asking you for a dessert.
Or asking you to leave, things like that.
No one wants to wait forever for the next drink or anything else.
I'll keep my wings by my side.
You can point a tip to articulate if you really
Oh, sure.
feel the need to.
Yeah.
So now you're going to the festival.
I'm DJing.
You're
You're
DJing?
DJing.
No way.
Yeah, my first major DJ event. I'm really excited.
Oh, lovely.
I'm Deagle Jeezy or DGZ.
So you beat me to it, but I was going to ask you what your stage name is, what your DJ name is, because Horatio did not go by his name Horatio Zinn when he was in Purity. So I know how you artists like to come up with stage names for theatrical purposes.
Yes, I went by the name Horatio.
Oh,
Totally different name.
I like it. Horatio. Yeah.
Thank you. It's almost heroic sounding, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's got a mythological feeling to it.
I didn't notice that at the time. I should have used that. So much wasted time not being heroic.
Now you mentioned you're small for an eagle on your
yeah.
planet. Is that because are you full grown? Are you younger and you still got a little left in you?
Maybe a little. I'm like what you would consider an early adult.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Like my parents don't want me in the nest anymore. Everyone in my community wants to know what I'm gonna do with my life.
Oh.
Am I gonna have eaglets?
Right.
Settle down in a nest, and I assume you have nests.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Really awesome ones.
Everyone should have a nest. They're lovely, comfortable, practical.
Welcome to our nest. This is basically our nest. This booth 42 is our nest.
It's fantastic. What a great view of the room.
We have we're a little bit up, so we're a little kind of like a perch. You can look down. Now, curious. If you were to see, because obviously there's different cuisine for the different beings dining here, and some of them prefer their dinners still alive. If you were to see something, would your eyes pick it up and you wouldn't be able to help yourself, and you would just swoop down, pick it off, come back?
Yes, I could if I wanted to.
Okay.
But I'm kind of like essentially a pescatarian, so I would be considered a sea eagle.
Okay.
So most of my food is found near water. So if I'm not near water, I'm pretty. I like to try different foods.
Okay.
We could set up a pond or something, like get a wading pool or something like that here near the booth, if that would, or even just a large cup of water or some bowl of water, if that would make it.
Oh, sure. Like even just a large cup of water, and I could just float my food in it, and then I'll just beak in.
No, do I sense a little competition possibly for Horatio's firecracker shrimp, which is his favorite.
Yes.
They're delicious.
Yeah. Anything made with chili sauce is good, isn't it?
Very good. I think we have Horatio. I think you found a little bit of a kindred spirit here. That someone who likes firecracker shrimp as much as you do. The fact that Eagle knew that it was mayonnaise and chili sauce, that's how you know.
You're obviously an expert. You're an expert.
I travel a lot.
It sounds like, so you travel all around the universe. Are you kind of a vision quest, or just rambling?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm in that stage of my life where I just want to live in the moment all the time,
Oh, wonderful. Stay there. Stay in the moment.
Yeah, like I don't when I arrive to a planet, I don't make plans. I don't find somebody's couch to sleep on or somebody's nest to go to. I just wait and see what the universe lands.
That's wonderful. Do you ever just? I'm wondering when you travel. Just I know oftentimes with intergalactic hitchhiker at times before I became sedentary here in the booth. Often you carry you have your duffel. You carry around something to sleep in, that kind of thing. Do you carry around some spare twigs, branches, or things to make nests out of? If you just wind up in a bus station or something like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it doesn't take much to kind of make it feel like a nest. So, just a bundle, one little bundle always with me. Oh, and I love, like, colorful patterns and vibrant colors. So anytime I'm traveling and I find, like, just a little strip of ribbon or whatever that, whatever that planet uses for celebratory things, typically, just follow up a good party and you can get a good, fun, vibrant bundle together.
Oh, I bet. The leftover confetti and streamers on the floor, and your nest is probably just looking fantastic.
I just noticed that you have this necklace that you've made. It looks like it's made out of tinsel and things like that. That's wonderful. All the different colors and how it's wound together.
Yeah, it was made from the Celebratory of Life party in Tinsalonia.
Oh, wonderful place to get tinsel.
And it's also the best place to party.
Oh, is it? Ooh, Tinsalonia.
Okay, I would have thought Eroticon 6, but...
Oh, that's a different kind of party.
That's true. There are different kinds of parties, so... I think there's a place for clean fun and also just crazy sexed up parties.
Dirty, filthy fun.
You mentioned before, you're at the age where your parents were. Time to kick you out of the nest. You know a little bit about us so far. If you had to kick one of us out of this nest of Booth 42.
Oh, Trellis.
Who would you kick out?
Trellis. Always trying to start some kind of competition.
Is this some kind of trick?
No, I'm just curious. If you were thinking you wanted to push one of us out, which one of us do you think is more prepared for life?
I'm wondering, how did we get in the nest in the first place? That's our nest. What were we doing in the first? Seems like you get a bit crowded.
No, this is our nest. Which one of us would be ready to face the universe?
I'm sorry. I'm just the premise is faulty. I'm just jumping on this faulty premise.
I know. We can all hang out in the nest.
No, thank you.
Well, I think, it's already established that Horatio and I have some sort of kindred spirit. We're both into music.
Trellis is hoisted on his own petard here.
Wham bam sauce.
So you're saying it's me. I'm
just for common interests alone, Trellis. It really has nothing else to do.
I got it.
And I'll bring my tapes of the classic TV series Space Tractor. Maybe we can watch some Space Tractor.
Space Tractor again. You're bringing up Space Tractor again.
Trellis is not a fan of Space Tractor.
I've never seen this. Do they farm in space?
They travel around space in a space tractor and helping people along the way, singing a song or two every so often. Sparkle and McMurphy. It goes on. It's one of those series. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, please don't.
It goes on for a long time. Some of it's almost in real time. So there's several episodes where you're just watching them sleep. It's very relaxing.
In the cab of the tractor. It's they're literally.
Yes.
It's an entire episode of just them sleeping and you watching them sleep. And maybe occasionally there's a twitch and you might think something's going to happen, like they're about to wake up and respond to some important thing happening. And no, they just turn their head the other way.
Maybe it's a profound message about taking time of peace.
Ooh, that's a wonderful way to put it. And certainly nothing to do with the laziness of the writers on the program.
Do you have any other, fellow siblings who, because you mentioned the pressure of everyone always asking you, what are you going to do with yourself? Mm-hmm. A lot of times that can be the result of siblings who have already, I guess in your case, kicked out of the nest and are doing something.
Yeah.
And then the eyes, the eagle eyes turn. What's next?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the baby, and the older eagles all got out as soon as they could fly and never came back. And I don't really understand why my situation was different. I just really loved my parents, and I really loved where we were. Like, I'd love to explore, but it's always great to have some place to go home to.
Yeah, having a home base is lovely. That's sort of things like Millyways is.
Yes.
Well, for one thing, it's a home base, and I don't ever leave it.
Yeah.
Although going to the restroom and coming back is a bit like that.
That is an adventure for Horatio.
I feel like walking into a bathroom is like going into another land in a way.
Yes.
You've portaled, and then when you come out, like when you're at an establishment, like a club or a bar or a restaurant, and then when you come back out, you're like, oh, right, I'm in this public place.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's frightening.
You mentioned the festivals. I have been to festivals where they actually, and this was the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen. They actually had portal potties.
Oh, my.
Where it was a portal that took you back to your own planet where you could use facilities that you were familiar with. And when you came back out the door of the portal potty, you were back at the festival. It was unbelievable. I was like, I just thought I was going to go in and use it. And when I went through the door, I was back on Glandar in a restroom.
What festival was this? Was this some sort of rich festival?
Yeah, where was that, Trellis?
Oh, gosh, what's the planet's name?
He was on a lot of drugs at the time.
Yes, I was. But they were really good, expensive ones. But I was so taken with the fact that I could go to a portal potty, be transferred across the universe to a restroom of my own
design
recognition that I knew that I was comfortable in.
Yeah.
Normally, let's be honest, the facilities at a festival are not great.
No, they definitely aren't. I don't really have to worry about that. I just kind of fly up high out of sight, and then I just drop it. And then I don't worry about where it lands. You just can't,
No, that's too much worry.
Yeah.
That's definitely not, that's not being in the moment.
No.
Right. And I've tried squatting like other beings, but
you're not built for it.
Exactly.
You have to do it the way you do it.
Yeah, I do try to accommodate to other cultures and try to not, bring my eagleness, when it's inappropriate. But, you're right. You just got to do what you got to do.
It's like, you got to let it flow. It's better out than in.
Oh.
Well, not in every culture. I'm sure there's some cultures where holding it in is maybe what keeps them alive.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, there's some cultures that, unload once a month.
Ooh,
once a month, whether they need to or not.
Right, yeah.
There are some cultures where there's essentially a cork. And just once a month, it's just like pull the cork and all goes.
And just make sure no one's around.
Yes. They have special places for that, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, holes.
Yeah. Bath lodges.
Some planets make it a ceremony, which I think is counterproductive because I don't want to go, but I have a bit of a shy bladder. And I think a ceremony surrounding going to the bathroom.
There's nothing ceremonious about that.
That would be embarrassing and awkward, and I would just stand there like, please stop looking at me.
I understand that some cultures think of the way that our bodies process our sustainable goods is a spiritual process.
Oh,
so there are times when like even the act of it is leveled as a spiritual awakening or a spiritual moment that shouldn't be taken for granted.
There are some that are almost spiritual in nature, just in terms of the relief from it.
Indeed.
That was a religious experience of a sort.
I was just gonna say a lot of the reason I stuck with pescatarianism was just because, like, if I ate mammals, the bones were just so just passing a skull was just
wow.
Yes.
And I understand the big eagles. I can see, I get it. I see why it's natural for you to do that, but it's just I wasn't given the gift of that sort of digestive system to me.
I'm just imagining passing a skull.
I'm imagining too, Horatio, that the size of your head has probably kept you from being eaten by some animals, some other beings on other planets. Because the thought of passing that noggin, would scare the Belgium out of me. Let's just put it that way.
Well, as we're talking about heads, as you notice, Trellis's head is a bit oversized too, as well. Think of a bit of the bobblehead to it. I wonder if your body, if that would confuse some eagle or some predator trying to eat you, if they think, oh, what end do I start with, or is that big head going to be a problem? Because for me, it's just total girth. They're like, this is, if I were eaten by, say, a python or something like that, they could digest it for you. There would be a lump. That if they were going to a party, they definitely want to eat me several weeks before.
They would not have to come to Milliways to get to the end of the universe to digest you. They'd have to wait. I
Yes.
think it would take the entirety of time in order to digest you, I think.
Well, and also, I'd want to know ahead of time that's going to happen so I could bring a book or something, because it's just going to take forever in there. And a little book light or something.
Yeah, you should bring a lamp. Yeah, book light. Yeah, that's
Need
perfect.
that. Because inside of a python or something, there's just no light, as I understand it.
You should also build some sort of umbrella-like thing you could bring in with you that you could open up what's in there to kind of
perfect.
create a canopy.
Make it roomy.
Yeah, turn it into a luxury home while it's all going on.
If you're going to be digested, it should be done in luxury, I think.
Yeah, people don't think about these things ahead of time as much as we should, probably.
I don't think people usually imagine that they'll be eaten by a python.
Or if you quicksand, you don't think about you're going to land in quicksand, that you should probably bring a ladder
Yeah.
to throw in ahead of you.
Goodness. If we planned for every possible tragedy that could happen in the universe, I mean, we'd be carrying a lot of luggage.
You'd need a space Winnebago or possibly a storage unit.
Your infinity duffel bag, Horatio. Your infinity duffel holds everything.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yes, as you see here, I have my infinity duffel here.
Oh, you can put anything in there?
Yes.
Anything. Yes.
Oh,
I've forgotten half of what's in there. The filing system is very erratic.
I should get one of those, because right now I'm just kind of trying to live the simplest life possible, but, as time goes on, you certainly generate stuff.
Right.
Oh, yes. You can't help it. You're picking up like you said, you've got your lovely necklace there. I was going to ask you, there's a festival planet. We interviewed the leaders of this world. The leader and then not a leader at all.
Roadie.
Yeah,
he was essentially the roadie.
Glastonapalooza.
Yes.
I was wondering if you ever been to Glastonapalooza.
Oh, Glastonapalooza?
It's a music festival planet, 24 hours. Well, I don't know how many hours they have in a day,
Yeah.
but it's all day, all night, rock and roll all night.
However many hours in the day they have, there is a constant music festival going on Glastonapalooza.
We can contact our friends there and perhaps they'll have something waiting for you. Give you a backstage pass or something like that.
Or tell them that DJZ's like one of the best up-and-coming DJs in the galaxy.
Ooh.
We could
Wonderful.
do that. We could do that.
Yes, I think we should. I think we owe it to you.
Only if you believe in me.
I believe in you right away.
I mean, I can see you. You're right in front of me, so therefore I believe in you.
Okay, cool.
Do you have a certain genre of music that you prefer to spin?
Yeah, oh yes.
So my goal is to go out and find the rarest tracks. Everybody's sampling everybody else's music. I mean, the whole galaxy's music has essentially been snatched up. So as a new DJ, I have to be really, really adventurous to go find some good new tracks.
I have here, this is a gift for you. I don't want to forget. Out of my infinity bag, I found another infinity bag for you.
Oh.
Also inside is the entire Purity box set. So you can sample any of that you want.
Awesome.
And leave
cool.
any of it behind, which is generally...
I mean, nobody's sampling it, so
good
maybe I
reason.
should consider it. I'll try.
I hope it doesn't hurt your popularity or your options.
It's a really interesting instrument, so, I mean, if I do enough finagling and filtering and, I could maybe turn it into a real banger.
The good part is that you really, you could sample just 1 second of it. It's not like you have to force people to listen to the entirety of a Purity song.
No, you'd have to force people generally to listen to the entirety. Well, there's we have met some fans, inexplicable fans.
Yes, I think they're Purity heads is what they referred to themselves
Yes.
as. But I mean, in every song, no matter how bad, at one point there's going to be a note in isolation that isn't going to burst your eardrums and make you want to run off the end of a cliff.
You've got to hope. And also, you might notice that there's some extras on there, just little samples and things. You can hear me.
Cool.
One where it's a section called "Is this Horatio or Hotario?" Excuse me, Hotario wheezing, or is this the sound of the bellows?
Wow. It's like the artist coming up against the real being.
Yes.
Yes. Also, it was a prank pulled on me by the other members of the band. I didn't know that the mic was that close. It's not a song, but it is. I find it entertaining and a little distressing at times when I hear my own breathing.
Oh, I was just going to say, music is intended to strike a connection and emotion, right? So
Yes.
whatever
yes.
it is.
We certainly brought about emotions. Oh, yes. People trashed that place. throwing things.
Now, who are some of your biggest influences
Oh.
for like some of the other DJs?
Oh, I
who have,
really love.
Did you hear one that you're like, this is what I want to do with myself, or at least for right now, while you're still searching, this is what.
Yeah, I mean, I really gravitate towards a lot of the soul artists of our
Oh,
galaxy.
lovely.
You know, the ones that really,
That have souls?
yeah, that and connect into the
Yes,
like the
yes.
roots of the culture. And I really love Totus Breckenfield.
Oh, Totus Frank. Wait, that's
So Totus Breckenfield's like a big producer and produced some of the hottest like anthems that came out, like
yes.
"Don't Panic in a Time of Courageousness" by Tilly Nottingham.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, it's very, very catchy.
Yeah, it's a pop culture. You know, if you don't like it's for the kids. You know.
The kids love the social commentary in the song.
What do you mean they know? What do you mean they love the social comedy? They just want to move. They just want to dance to the beats.
Yeah.
Well, they want to move
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have social commentary. When you could,
The message is completely secondary.
Well, they like to latch on.
Yes.
They like to latch on to the message so that it seems like they have a purpose, right? Like,
yes.
I love this song, and the song's message is be courageous no matter where you are in the galaxy. And so that's my message.
that's my jam. They yell as they're
Yeah.
thumping and thrusting against each other and things. Then, of course, later in life, we just want songs about back when we liked our lives.
Yes,
Simpler times.
or when I didn't ache.
Should get that fixed, Trellis.
Now, one thought did just occur to me. Most, or at least I should say, all of the DJs I have seen actually have hands. How
Trellis.
do the wings and the feathers play as far as working all of the DJ?
Ah, I see. My deck is all buttons.
Wonderful.
And the feathers don't bend when you try to push?
I've waxed the tips of my my wings so that they're more like fingers.
Wonderful.
That probably really opens it up because you've got way more tips of the feathers than I have fingers, which could give you an advantage, I think.
Oh,
I noticed that you have more than it's a still shot of you at what your performance is. I noticed you have more than 2 turntables going at the same time.
oh yeah.
Because of your wingspan, I assume, just goes all around. That's wonderful.
It's like more amazing than an 18-piece drum set, you know?
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of the most amazing things.
Like 32 decks and all around me.
Uh-huh. I was going
Yes.
to this just hit me. I have a suggestion.
Oh,
Sure.
oh, you might want to sit down, take a breath.
What about changing your name to just Wingspan?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have to think about it, because
Think about that.
I don't know. As a DJ,
She's trying to be nice. She doesn't want to tell you that's a terrible idea, Trellis.
I'll consider. I do have a notebook of possible names, because I'm not sold on DGZ. I mean, like I said, I'm just starting, so I'm going to write it down. Wingspan.
But also, if you want to branch out into other genres, you could do different ones, different genres or things.
I just think it sounds all encompassing, doesn't it? It just sounds like Wingspan. Coming to the stage, Wingspan. And you come out with your wings all the way out.
Yeah.
Just to like really impress
Right.
everyone and
Yeah.
it just speaks to your majesty, and then boom, all those waxed wingtips start killing it.
Trellis, I think maybe I'm going to save this for my golden years.
A lot of Trellis's ideas are good to bank for later.
Right, because you know what? When you put things in the bank, what happens? They gain interest.
Or they,
Yeah.
or,
People will gain more interest in this,
Yeah.
in your music.
or
I think.
sometimes you might lose the key, and it's okay.
I think I want to be one of those artists that change constantly over time. People got to be like, what are they going by now?
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
What was that symbol they were once? Yes.
Reinvent yourself, the artist formerly known as DJ, or
Yeah.
whatever the name
Now
was way
Wingspan.
back when, that kind of thing. Trellis, leave it alone.
So I'll put Wingspan at the top of the pyramid.
I'm not going to let this go.
She's trying to be nice, Trellis.
You know what? It'd be like asking you to let go of a firecracker shrimp, Horatio. That's what this feels like to me.
I will let go of it when it's in my mouth, safely in my mouth. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, this has been a fascinating episode. I think we've learned a lot.
I feel like we could have gone on and on for even longer with this.
Oh, they always do. We can always go on.
Yes.
For our I think it's your turn to write up the submission today.
I'm going to just say, follow through the Valley of Ecstasy. thumping in the Valley of Ecstasy.
But well, first of all, though, do you want it as Eazee or
DGeezy? Probably DGeezy.
Okay, so
That'd be
get
good,
that
DG.
part first. Follow DGeezy to the Valley of Ecstasy. That's what do you think?
I think where things will be thumping.
Okay.
I just like the thumping because that gives me the.
Well,
the
that's fine. That's
yes,
that's fine.
thumping. I just say this has been wonderful.
Oh, definitely.
Well, thank you for. I guess would be stopping by, landing by, flapping by.
I come by all the time.
You come by you're here all the. You should come back by. Come back by and visit anytime you're here.
Let us
You're more than
know
welcome.
how the festival
Yes.
was.
If you have some video of, we'd love to have some tapes,
Yeah.
some videos, some bootleg,
Oh, yeah.
things like. Even if you recorded them in an authorized way, I still like to think of them as bootleg.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, it adds that air of mystery and danger and edge to it. Just make it right bootlegged on it anyways, and then I look forward to you seeing it and you coming on stage and them announcing you as Wingspan.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Eazee. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you're a starship captain and you can't think of anything profound to say, you can always just fall back on quoting some Shakespeare and hope it makes you sound smart. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Jackie Arend as Eazee. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
And before you go, we here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers would like to announce that we're now a featured podcast on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. We here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers won't judge you, to your face at least. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. As mentioned earlier, our podcast is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in this episode's description, and use the promo code ZERS, Z-E-R-S, to receive a 1-month free premium subscription. 1 month is better than no months, I always say, and I'm Trellis Gardeen.
Shut up and sit down.